What's up, all you beautiful people? Light up some magic. To explain, I don't have to explain anything to you, I'm just mirroring myself, but it's funny. Because I enjoy the process. I enjoy the process and I do it for myself. That's the difference. And at the same time, I don't even know if somebody is real in this realm. I have no idea. So I'm just mirroring myself here. It's about myself. It's not about yourselves. So I just don't care. I just be true, and it's like I'm just like this old wise man sitting in his chair right now. And talking shit. No, I don't talk shit. I just talk pure wisdom because I'm pretty sure I know how this all works. But still, like, who would listen to me? Because I'm 27 years old, and I'm like, I could explain pretty much everything to you. But at the same time, it's pointless because it's about my own perspective. And at the same time, nobody could tell me that I should turn off the music, because as you can probably see here, I was paying for this vinyl, and there's no reason why I should turn off the background music, because that wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, let's be true here. Let's explain the planet to you, explain to you how magic works, what the elements are, how urine is related to Kundalini, what alchemy is, why it's pretty much pointless to be like, some things are bad for you because they're coming out of the lab, and because it's chemical, it's not organic. Why it's a creamy, dreamy realm of myself, and what snake oil is, and why it's related to Kundalini awakening and your spine and movement, and pretty much everything that you see in your reality. Well, first of all, most people have no clue how their body's functioning. They are living in an idea which society gave them, which is basically a mind program. Everything is like, if you've seen The Matrix is basically a documentary of this realm. And I'm living in the Matrix too, and I accept it. And I accept the fact that we live with technology, and I accept the fact that we live with chemicals around us. We live in a technological system that is basically extracting our imaginational process for itself, for IT. That means, first of all, we are spirits. We are spirits encapsulated in a box or in a bottle. Now, the bottle would be the vessel. The vessel is the body. Now, most people cannot free themselves. Now, like, I spit total truth here. This is why I get goosebumps, because hair is connected to air. I was telling that one, I don't know, long time. But to free your spirit from this vessel and to see your imaginational process, which is connected to dreams, which is connected to realms, which is about letting everything basically flow, which is connected to movement, which is connecting to liquids, to your internal flow state, which is about the flow state in your mind, which is connected to water, which is about the creams basically which are in yourself. Now, how fluid is your body? How fluid are the systems that are internal? This is about making your things internally with alchemy basically more fluid. So you can flux energy, which is imagination, which is chi. Well, if we talk about chi, what is chi? It's about imagination. It's about what can you imagine in your mind if you shut down all your senses, like this, for example. Mouth shut, ears shut, nose shut, eyes shut. So I could still feel through my skin, because my skin is breathing. Now, if most people's body is very dense, so they can't push the internal things through their body. And this is basically what it's all about. It's about the microcosmic orbit, which is happening internally all the time, which is about letting everything flow through the body. It's happening all the time. Like you or I, it's not about you, it's about myself. I push things through my body all the time. I loop things through my body all the time. Now, urine is plasma ultrafiltrate, which is cleaner than your blood. Your urine is cleaner than your blood. That's a fact, and it will come out more and more in the future. And I'm speaking about things which are like so much pretty high level that I'm speaking openly about it, and I don't basically, and where I have pretty much an idea how it works and how things come back from different areas in my life and everything, but directly I don't get anything back from what I am sharing. But it's about that I give something into the system, and the system from another part gives me things back. It doesn't come back from the same area where I put in my energy. But I enjoy this process, and to basically stay alive in this realm, because I know in the end if you've been to source, and I'm talking about source where you're so empty that you basically have suicidal thoughts, that everything becomes basically pointless, black, dumb, numb, or animated. I actually had cream. Cash rules everything around me. Creamy realm. Dream. Drugs rule everything around me. Because everything is a drug. Even air. The things that we basically ingest. Air could be a drug, because if I would hyperventilate, I release the strongest psychoactive substance in my body, which is actually occurring in every living substance in this realm, in plants and animals and humans, which is DMT, dimethyltryptamine, is naturally occurring when I'm over-breathing. That means the most fundamental thing, breath, causes the highest known, the most potent psychoactive substance in this realm. Isn't that funny? That means everything basically is already a drug. Everything is a drug. So cash rules everything around me, drugs rule everything around me. But if I'm knowing, and this is where alchemy, shamanism comes into place, if I'm knowing how things affect my body at certain times, how I'm cleaning out myself with urine therapy. It's not, for me, it's definitely not therapy. It's cleaner than my blood, so it's basically my nutrition. Urine is my food. I was telling that a long time ago. Urine is my food. Urine is what I need to basically only survive. So if I'm knowing this, I can work with substances, I can work with drugs, with basically everything that I ingest in my portals, in my donut, in my sound-shaped being, to survive or to direct my journey. It's basically what this whole thing here is. It's a journey of the senses. It's a journey of myself. It's a journey of my cell. But we are all segments, little segments of the bigger picture, the bigger Ouroboros, the bigger snake, Kundalini, which is flowing through everybody, which is the spine, which is the snake eating its own tail. We are all segments, we are all vertebrae of the bigger snake. And the ones who are very clean-minded, in a clear state of consciousness, they are more in the heady aspect of the Ouroboros. That doesn't mean that they are higher or better, because in the end it's about the journey of the own senses, and the journey of my world, which is my word, which is my L, which is my realm, which is my angel of mind, which are my elements, which are my angels of my mind, that I ingest, that I put out, that is my imaginational process, that I create. This whole area, this whole room here is what I basically constructed in my subconscious mind. This is why I see it as a reflection of myself. And this goes into deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper layers. And I'm sharing this for free because this is pretty much how it all works. And then people are like, yeah, but the system and the politics and yeah, I was born into this family and this is why I have this certain problems. Well, basically, you choose to be in that family, but you are not there to see that yet. You're not there to see that yet. You are in this realm here for a certain reason. You dropped here for a certain reason. And you were choosing consciously or subconsciously, before you got here, all the circumstances that you have right here, right now, everything, you have chosen that. You've chosen that. And you now just like on the vinyl, like you see this? Now you're just spinning the track, you're spinning the path. The whole path that you are in right here, right now, it has already been probably written down, pretty sure. And you're just repeating it, you're just living it, you're just playing it. And it's a game. You see this? It's a game. I get goosebumps when I say this. It's a game. And I don't, like, you don't fool me with this here, like with this monopoly game. It's a monopoly. It's a lie. And my pole is my spine. My mono, which is one spine. It's one spine. It's a monopole. That it. And then people then be like, okay, now they put it then on the top of the triangular shape and be like, yeah, but the Illuminati, they are ruling the world. Well, we are here in a magical realm, which means magic, which means imagination. This whole thing that you're seeing, you are under a certain spell that somebody, whoever that might be, gave to you. But basically, in the first place, you were this. You were this. Not a tissue, but a complete white sheet. and then you add fire to it, and you add your imagination to it, and then you put something onto, with a spell, you write something onto the paper. If you write something onto the paper, you create a book. If you create a book, you create an idea. If you create an idea, you become what you were putting out. Now, most people have not the strength to create their own book. This is why they are ruled by certain ideas which somebody else was giving them. But they don't write for themselves. They don't create their own realm. They don't create their own world. And I don't care if it's a very, very, very small world. But in my area right here, right now, this is where I live. This is my kingdom. This is my dome. This is my head. Nobody else is going to rule this empire here. I'm the chief of this whole area. And nobody else will tell me what to do. And then certainly there will be certain other circumstances and magicians and which come into here and be like, yeah, you know, you have to give me this certain type of tokens to get this and whatever. And see, and this is where the whole game thing comes into place. But if I see it more as a game, if I work with alchemy, what I was saying in the first place, if I know how certain substances are affecting my avatar, if I know how diet and deity works, diet means deity, which means God, creator. I'm the God. I create what I see. I rule this, period. Nobody else is ruling it instead of me. So then the quest might be, in this illusion, what do I want to see? This is the most essential quest. And certainly I have sometimes no idea what I want to see. This is why certain tracks keep repeating themselves. Because I was doing that in the past, and this is why they come up over and over again until I consciously choose to stop them and be like, okay, now we do it different. We do something new. What helped me which I don't know if it is going to help you, and that's not even the point here, because I only keep mirroring myself for my own develop mind. What helps me is, or to be, loyal and royal. See, and this is where we can choose to like switch up language, switch up certain symbols and letters. So, for example, like I said, loyal. Being loyal and being royal means that you do certain things over a certain period of time, which basically, if you really know what time is, it's coming out from you. I'm the source. I'm shooting everything out. I'm creating all of this. And that means that if I'm being loyal and royal to others, I'm basically only being royal and loyal to myself. And if I'm being loyal and royal to myself, and being royal means that I keep being clean, pure to my ideas, to my dome, to my kingdom. And if I'm taking care of myself, and if I'm being loyal to myself, I'm definitely loyal to others. This is where routine comes into place. If I'm consistently on my track, on my path, on my vinyl, I'm also there for others. But most people be like, then, oh, that sounds very egotistic. No, but it's not. It's not. Like, this is where alchemy comes into place, and fasting and everything. Like, most people don't want to deal with their emotions. We live in an electromagnetic universe. That means if I'm emptying out myself with distilled waters, with urine, with fasting, and if I'm then adding certain substances, and if I'm finding my alchemy, and I'm not telling you that you should do exactly the same things that I do. That's not the point here. It's about that you figure out for yourself what is good for you, and then you keep doing the things that are good for your life. But I think, and I know for certain, that I have pretty much an idea or blueprint how this whole thing works, and you can definitely learn something from it. You can always learn things. And if you learn something or not, it just depends on your perspective and on your capacity. If you are ready to open up your senses and open up yourself to another perspective of somebody else. And if you want to basically get into their ideas, that's basically all there is to it. Since we live in the mind realm, in the magic realm, we live in a place which is only mind. Everything is a ghost. Everything is ghosts. Everything is an image. And if I'm only seeing this mirror right here, or if I'm seeing the mirror here or there, or I'm taking a look here, whatever, it's the same. So the question is, how is your perception working? How are your senses working? Most people's senses are not clean. If your sense is not clean, you have no control, which you then can let go of. But first of all, you have to control yourself. If you have control over this, I can shut down all my senses, and I do this, and I consciously feel how my body's moving, right? And I can feel it. If I'm feeling it, I can work with it. If I'm not consciously with my senses, with my perception, if I don't feel how my body's working, how would I be able to control my realm? It's not possible. So this is where the shortcomings then come into place. And I was sharing that in the past, and I was taking certain videos down from my YouTube because they were causing harm in my relationship in real life. And I'm doing this, I'm doing this for myself, in order to mirror myself, because it gives me good neurochemistry and this illusion where I know, well, basically this is all, I'm pretty much done here, I think. But certainly I have to stay here because there are certain things that I still have to unlock or do or play with, I don't know. But I'm doing this for my own neurochemistry, for my own mirroring, but also in order to help, in order to empower all beings who want to be empowered by it, because I'm not pushing anything onto you, and who are ready for it. And if you're not interested in that, you know what? You know where to leave. You can always shut down the mirror. But this is what it is. So yeah. And that's why I basically don't take even too much care about like who's commenting under my videos, and I'm not even reading what are people writing on the live streams right now, because it's not for my interest, because this will be distracting to me. And I was like on the point, of course, where I'm like, okay, I have to learn to work with it, but there are certain times, switch it up. Sometimes I'm reading it, sometimes I'm not reading it. And I was like, on my app, I was like, I was switching it to the side so I cannot even see the live comments right now. Because they're not of interest right here. So that's also the thing with the focus, you know. Most people cannot even, they have no control over the senses. They have no control over their perception. Was drained the the pineal, the ego is saying, focus. You better focus on something. Like most people can't focus. They can't. Because their avatar is full with shit. And I could I was eating yesterday pretty much crap. But I know how to burn things off. And the sacred, which is an elixir, is urine, and you just hold that in your mouth. Okay, now I'm reading the comments. I want to know how urine related with Kundalini. I'm listening to you, brother. I'm 1 year younger than you. Nice music. Sometimes I just want to go in the bush and witter away to move on. Excrement is saying, I have been in my light body before, but I'm too dense to keep it. So may as well just stop eating and winter away, because there is no point in me to continue this program. And Danny Skylark, I don't know who's still in here, is writing, hey beautiful. Yeah, and this is why I'm saying, at least, switch it up. And I was telling that like for a long time. Look at my dirty feet, yo. They're pretty much clean for my circumstances. They are very clean. Yeah, switch it up. And today I was like, somebody was offering certain fruits to me, and I was like, yeah, I take it, and I may eat it later. But what did I have today? Some dates soaked in water for breakfast. Some good alchemical substances, which is my supplements, urine, coffee, caffeine pills. And then people are like, this is funny. People are like, yeah, nowadays the weed is very, it's full with chemicals, and all the supplements that you're dropping are so artificial and so like coming out of a lab. And yeah, that's true. And then people are like, yeah, you only have to eat organic and raw and whatever, and you can do this, and that's great. And I don't judge you for anything. And I don't even judge like meat eaters, whatever the fuck. Like, I don't know. But the thing is that I just seriously do not care about what it is. Because if you get to one certain perspective, it's all the freaking damn same thing. Period. It's all the same. So, but certainly it's not. And that's where the illusion comes into place. I know for a fact how powerful my alchemy is. But it's a loop. And I balance certain things out. And this is basically what a DJ is doing, what a disc jockey is doing, what music is, and what the Ouroboros, the snake, is, the wave length. It's you serve the wave. You get it? You're breathing. So you just have to balance things out. Like, if you put certain colors, for example, together, you get two different colors. Now if we put white and black together, we get to gray, which is wise, right? The grays are always the wise ones because they mix both aspects together. This is what the rainbow basically is. The rainbow is a full color spectrum. This is where every diet sits, where every deity sits. Because every deity, every diet, every eating pattern is connected to a specific wavelength, to a specific color spectrum, to a specific density, or to a specific buoyancy. It's a rainbow aspect. And I know, like, I imprinted that in my nervous system, and I know how density and buoyancy works. And I could always clean out my vessel so damn fast, like it wouldn't like take long for me to switch things up, because I'm the fire maker. I could burn things off pretty rapidly. I could move things through my body. I could push things through my body. I could work with the Shatkamas. I could work with Shivamukalpa. I could hold urine in my mouth. I could, like, even, I'm looking very much forward to the sun again in summer. As you can see, it's pretty much dark right now. But the dark aspect is also part of life. And this is what we also should consider when we're living. It's not like sleeping is part of life. Although I think probably we shouldn't sleep that much, basically, especially if you know how Shivam works and everything. You have pretty much constant energy. And if you don't eating so much, but then of course there are times where you fast and feast, like the Mayans said. You have times where you eat in life, you have times where you're not eating. And this is where, again, we have black and white, right? So the question is, what I was already saying, what is it that I would like to see? It's not about you, it's about me. But if I take care about myself, I take care about you. If I take care about you, I take care about me. But if I'm learning certain things for myself, and I can tell you, in the past, I was one of the probably most caring beings for others. I'm still doing it. But to an extent where I'm pretty sure, and I know where I want to go. I want to, stay humble with the things that I do, but I'll create my own world where I'm happy in. Because it would be pointless to consume through the mirror certain news flashes, whatever, which I have basically no control over. I could not of course I could I could write letters about the election of, the United States, whatever. But it's not of my interest. It's not in my realm. It's not in my room. So I take care about the closest people that I love. I take care of the closest ones, which are my girl, my partner, my family, the closest friends. Well, right now I don't even have so much contact with them. So who is it that I can take care about? Is somebody interested in the things that I'm doing? I don't know. This is why I say this is only a mirror in the first place for myself. So I should this is a one-man show. This is my show. And everybody could do this, but most people are not so powerful. And at the same time, I'm being so lovely to myself that I'm loving the show of myself, that I'm also loving the show and loving it to give it to you. And in the end, I know it's a freaking damn illusion, and I don't care. I don't care about it. I don't care. Because this is, what is it? And most people, they're like, yeah, Jan, it sounds ill. No, you're probably not there where I am. And you will never be where I am. You will never be there. And I will be never there where you are. But funny enough, this is where we connect. So yeah, this is how it all works. And like, nobody could say things, could say crazy things about the old teachings. The old teachings are, for sure, for a fact, alchemy, Shivamukapa, urine therapy, like the sun, breathing, shatkarmas, movement, yoga, like shamanism. And I say shamanism for a reason, because shamanism includes basically every diet and deity. Because then people are like, yeah, we're naturally frugivores and everything. I don't know. And you don't know. How could you say this? Like somebody who is like living in, I don't know, somewhere where there's no fruits available. Yeah, but we developed from places which are only tropical and everything. Well, I don't fucking know. Like the stone ape theory. Do you believe in the Darwin theory? Everything is mind. So everything is basically an imaginational process. So the body can work with everything. And we are under certain spells which then tell us, and science is, I include science in it. Science is a spell. Science is a black magic spell. Which it doesn't mean that it's good or bad. It's just a black magic spell, which means it's working with density and ideas. Could also work with white magic, but mostly black magic, which is connected to tokens and money and buying into an idea. Most people buy into an idea. That means most people think that, oh yeah, now it's this because they researched it. Well, first of all, they haven't done research in their own lab, which is their own body. I take things, you know what? If somebody tells me, you know what, this is causing this, I'm like, okay, give it to me. And I do it in my own lab, and I figure out something, and I'm like, okay, no, I don't know what you have, but I have this experience with it. And my experience will never be your experience, never. But I can know for a fact then, okay, if I'm ingesting this at this certain time, with this certain influences, or with this certain circumstances, whatever, I can figure out my own shit. And this is what alchemy and shamanism is. This shamanism and alchemy is one of the first, if not the first, religion and researching programs and sciences. And nobody can say things against it. Nobody. Because this is my experience. And then science could be like, yeah, you know what, but yeah, we figured out this, and we were asking 100,000 people, and they had this experience with that, and yeah, still. You could ask 100,000 people with something, but my experience would still differ from that 100,000 people. So I don't take care about it. And this is why I say science is a black magic spell. So this is why I of course, I research certain things, and like mostly they could be true to a degree. But in the end, It's about how I work with it, and in the very first place, how my mind is working with it. How is my mind working with the things that I put in my own laboratory? And the elixir that my body's producing to get to golden, enlightened Buddha state, the state of the nation. Oh, this will be a cool one right now. We're going to listen to Deltron. It's alchemy, is urine therapy. Because urine is cleaner than your blood, and it's about the purification of your blood. And this is how you then could be like, okay, now I know how to get pure, so I can then adjust dense materials to have an effect and have an experience, basically. And if I can work with an experience, I can work with everything that I put inside my own lab. And my lab is always distilling things down to an essence which is taking care of my own experience, my own avatar, which is called urine. But I don't provoke you with it, I'm just telling you my experience. So, Deltron. This was the XX. For everyone who's listening to good music, or who wants to listen to good music, you should get a vinyl player, because this is one of the best ways to listen to music, and you support basically your artist in the most fundamental way. And this is basically like a library for music, and this will last a lifetime. You know, this is why it's so cool that you basically collect. You get a collection for a lifetime. And I'm so happy that my girlfriend gave it to me. This is so cool, you know. It's very cool. The XX. This was that one. So right now we're listening to. Now we're going to listen to this very essential piece of art, which is Deltron 3030, which was basically my first vinyl. Deltron 3030. So, because I don't know where you live, maybe I live in the year 3030, not 2021 or whatever calendar you live. I live in my own town. So, here we go. This album is basically was so much on repeat in my life, because it's very enlightening and very fundamental to the ideas that basically a lot of people also gave me. Shout out to Zen Atman, pretty much always. Who's writing here? Yeah, fuck this. I'm living on the wrong timeline. I'm out of here. Excrement saying, you showed me it is healthy to drink my golden fluid, so thank you for this. It's the most healthy. I'm going to leave. Yeah, be careful with what you're spelling here, excrement. Enjoy the journey, you know. In the end, it's a journey, so enjoy your journey. I appreciate it. Tars676 says, Extraman says, but the thing is, people think they can hear others or to be healed from others, but only themselves can be healed by themselves. That's it. That's the best perspective you could develop, basically. So congratulations to this perspective. Maybe someone would be healed from one thing and another by another. I have to die. Yeah, be careful with the spellings, what you're saying here, because like most people could interpret it in a wrong way. Or you could also interpret it in the wrong way, because I was on that point also, and sometimes I'm also getting to this point, you know, like I want to die, I don't want to leave here, I don't want to be here, I want to leave. But basically, it's, if you really understand alchemy, these are like in a snake is losing its skin every, I don't know, certain periods, you know, and this is what basically humans also do, but we don't see it directly, but we shed. We have certain times where we shed, where we lose our skin, where we lose certain pieces of our characters, where we develop to the next stage. And like in Pokemon, for example, you get to another level, you get to another perspective of things, you get to you transform, basically. You become another version of yourself. You become a greater character, and you become a better player. You level up, basically. You could also level down, and then you, if you really get into it, and this is what like alchemy, shamanism is to me, at least, that I could basically switch up things. And then you see, well, it's not about that I climb the ladder and level up, and this is where, you know, this fasting and light working and everything comes into place, and you know, like people get lost into it. And it's not about that I'm telling you you should do it as I do it, but I figured out only for myself, because since I can only speak about my own perspective, for me at least, it's not about like level up on the light perspective all the freaking damn time, because what is there, like, certainly I live in this whatever matrix. So I have to work with it. As long as I'm here, I have to work with it. And that's this way. There is basically not a point for me to be like, okay, I want to stay up in the light realm all the freaking damn time. It's cool, you know. I could see things there and have my experience over there. But I also like, you know, okay, let's have this fast food, whatever. It can burn off instantly. Like I said. Enjoy the process, that's it, you know, be cool with it. Hey, yo! Hey, see who's here, Jimin, level up, level down, brother. Man, yo, brother, what's up? Good to see you. No, Amelia, all is chemical? Exactly, all is chemical. Alchemy. But it is not myself I am destroying. Yeah, sometimes other people are destroying you. But hey, you know what? Let's fire it up and let's listen to some pretty cool, enlightening, informative music.
We came back. We were always coming back.
Listen more. See, and you know, that's also a funny thing to me. That I don't really know how many people are getting this, but it's not about that, but it's about the only mirroring of myself. But I keep repeating that because this is a very essential thing on social media, and this is probably the only really real reason why I'm doing it. Since, you know, we all live basically, and this, I think this will happen in future more and more and more, since we have more technological advices in our day-to-day lives, that we basically we box up our own selves. We box up our own selves in a box. We encapsulate our own spirits in a box. And this is why I only do this for my own entertainment. I entertain my mind with it. And it's like, and at the same time, of course, like I said, it's probably informative, but I enjoy it. And this is the most essential thing with it. It should be joyful. It should not be like, I have to do this. I'm like, oh shit, like I have to, you know, this what I was doing in the past, but this is where I was saying, hey, you level up in your perspective, you level up in things that, and this is probably what I think, I don't know like how more real this could get in future, but I think for the entertainment of myself and for the well, sure that there's some other advices and everything, but for myself, with the level where I am right here right now, this is the best and most real thing that I could give. You know, I could write things down and try to explain everything to you, take a look at the paper and be like, did I mention everything? But you know, this is like, I'm just speaking in my mind here, yo. And I am that. I'm not changing myself because of something. I'm just giving you face to face or mirror to mirror my own perspective for free. Because like the tokens, money, is part of the monopoly game. But the real currency is what we interact and change with our minds. And we construct, and this is an important message, the mess of ages. We construct this realm together with our thoughts, with our minds. And the ones who are very powerful in their mind have the most power in the realm. And sure, I have to get my shit, literally my shit, my body, together to hold myself together. I have to hold my shit together in order to not completely dissolve here. Which means then I'm probably going to die. Which also, like I said, is getting into Kundalini, the spine, ALLICHEMY, leveling yourself up, leveling yourself down to hold your shit together. For conspiracies against my cosmos. My cosmos is my realm. That's how it works. My cosmos is my realm. My cosmos is the area that I'm seeing. So, enjoy the process. That's it, you know. Be cool with it, and like what goes around comes around. You're going to get what you send out. What you see is what you get. What you get is what you see. So I would just keep mirroring myself. And I take a look at it and be like, what the fuck am I saying? It doesn't make sense. It seems like this is what I am right here, right now. So I'm just very transparent and I'm just very open-minded. And I just don't take too much care about like, how should I present myself? What should I be? What do people think about me? Is it real? Is it like played? I don't know. But as I was giving it to you, the way I'm speaking, the way I am, is the way I am. This is what I am. And I'm playing the character, of course. Like I said, In the first place, I'm a tissue. Now the tissue is pretty much burned, but I'm a white sheet of paper, and everybody is the source. Everybody has the source code. Everybody is no thing. But then the ideas and magic comes into place. The spells of your parents, the spells of your teachers in school, the spells of society, the spells of politics, the spells of news. This is a magic realm. Most people think, yeah, it's esoteric bullshit, what is this guy saying? No. This is what, you could call it psychology, you could call it whatever. Alchemy. But these things are affecting your mind state. And this is causing your reality. This is what was occurring basically. And these are programs which are getting imprinted into your nervous system. So this is why they are ruling basically your world, which is your area, which is the things that you perceive with your senses. Now, how could you clean out your senses? I'm giving it you the 3030th time, but you're in your senses. If you would like to do that, and maybe it's not for you. I don't know. I don't know if this perspective is for you, but at least this is my mirror and this is my perspective. But this is the source code. It is that everybody has the access to it. The question is, like excrement, I think he's called, or she, I don't know. Are you ready to heal yourself? Are you ready to switch up your own perspective of it? Do you want to be healed by yourself? Because if you go to somebody else or to be like, hey, you have to heal me, basically what you're doing is you go to a mirror, which is he or she mirroring back to you something that you already are, because this is only you. It's only you who's creating all of it. It's only me. Everything that I'm seeing is already inside of me. This is why I'm connecting to it. This is why I'm seeing it. This is why in certain times I'm seeing it more or less of it. But I could always set an end to it. I could set an end means I could cut things off. Be like, no, I don't want to see this anymore. I'm just leaving it. But certainly we are here together. And I'm not pushing like urine therapy onto you. I'm not pushing my perspective onto you. I'm just sharing. And from the trillions of videos on the internet, now you're here. For a reason, probably. Because you feel attracted to the shit that I'm talking about. If you want to have another mirror, another perspective, go to another thing. The black mirror is a tool, like everything else. Tool. 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 Everything is tools. The question is, can you work with it? And can you see it as a tool? Or is your mind still attached to certain ideas? And of course, like I created my room here to the things that I would like to have in my area. I'll work with it. You know, that's all I basically have right here, right now. I could only work with the things that I'm having right here, right now. I could not work with my car right now. It's not in my area. I know where my car is sitting. I could go there and be like, okay, now I want to use my car. So I go to the key and I go to the car and then I drive my car to the thing where I want to be. I'm like, yeah, in the end, everything is just temporary. It's a temporary gift. It's a temporary present. It's a temporary construct. It's a temporary tool which I'm using at only this specific moment. And then it's gone. And this is why sometimes I'm like, with eating, I'm not taking too much care about what it is or when it is. Sometimes I'm like very you know, like sometimes this fasting regime gets into my mind again. This program, like, okay, no, I only eat at night because it's this intermittent fasting and 1 meal a day. It's like, be clean in your brain, you know. This is sometimes a program which is run in my mind. I'm like, yes, of course, I know it's healthy, I know it's good. Like, be more easy with it, you know, be more cool with it. And this is why I say, you know, you level up, you level down. That's what life is. So, yeah, life, you know. Where is it that you want to go? I'm becoming a personal trainer. I finished my bachelor, nearly. Now working on my personal trainer. This is always where I wanted to be, you know. I always had this idea. It's not something that was popping up in my mind like 3 days ago and now I'm doing it. I always had an idea where I want to go. And then, like, the ideas around you, the people around you, they create and they help you to create, you know. And like, I'm pretty even if it's only for me, but I'm helping everybody with it. With the truthful techniques that I'm sharing. Falun Gong, voodoo flossing, Paida, Lajin, good music, movement, Kalaripayat, kickboxing, sun gazing, distilled waters, supplements. But I feel like, you know, sometimes I'm just babbling, you know, like, and I don't know if it's helping somebody. It's helping me. I'm keep doing it. But I have no control and I don't want to control you. Like, I'm just sharing and giving, and maybe you're like, hey, this sounds interesting, I'll try it out. Maybe you're like, I don't know, it sounds interesting, I don't try it out, but I don't want to try it out. Maybe you're like, oh, this sounds amazing, I want to try it out. I don't know. You have to like be your own like captain of your ship. Jimin says, Jan, you're investing in crypto. I'm kryptonite already. Nah, not really. No, not yet. Man, should I invest in cryptocurrency? I was like, there are some people on Instagram who are like, you know how this thing works. But the real cryptocurrency is neurochemistry. You get it? In the end, it's tokens. You know, you get certain tokens, like in a Monopoly game. You get certain tokens, which is an imaginational process, and you work with your tokens that you get to create the reality that you want to have. So my tokens, and of course it gets more electric and magnetic. You know, it's tokens. It's if it's euros or dollars or bitcoins, whatever. This is a game. It's a game. You play the game, you know. And if you get the perspective of the game, you become a player. And if you become a player, it becomes maybe a lot more fun. Or it becomes more interesting, more nervous, more magical, more what you would like to have. But, you know, in the end, it stays the same. It stays the same. If I'm paying you in gold, if I'm paying you in goods, if I'm paying you in dollars, euros, yen, bitcoins, or in cryptocurrency, or if I'm just giving you a thank you. the thank you would be probably the most powerful. Because the thank you releases something in your brain. Oh, but maybe the money does more. The money is like, oh yeah, you get this dopamine flash. You'd be like, yo, fuck, I was working 60 hours a week. Now I'm getting this money, and be like, I get my dopamine. But yeah, you certainly, we have to survive in this illusion system that we are all in. So if we work together, we become probably a lot more powerful. And this is where we have to sync all things together to be the most efficient ones. And to basically survive. And to be tolerant, have tolerance for everyone, to be truthful with everything, and to be compassionate and be like, hey, you know, like, I don't see it as you see it, but still loving you. And if we have these values inside of ourselves, this would be a beautiful realm. But if we carry things out that are destroying, that are very destructive, this is what we're going to see. So, but the game, from the highest perspective, the game stays the same. It doesn't matter if I'm paying you in gold or in cryptocurrency. It's tokens. It's a money game. It's not a money game. It's a game. So you better become a player, and not like certainly probably there are not many people who should listen to this or who will listen to this or who should become a player or gentleman. Most people are not ready for it because they don't have the values of a gentleman. They don't have the values of a player. A player, if you know, you only become a player if you know the rules, and the rules are connected to the values of the game. Like, you have to cultivate the values. You have to cultivate the values. And then the money and the game will work in your favor. But if you're trying to be very destructive with it, it will come back. It will come back. But you already set, if you have the correct values for the game settings, you pretty much have already won. Because then you see it's a journey, it's an experience. There's nothing to chase. You can't chase it, because if you've chased it, there will be the next thing that you want to chase. So there you see that it becomes a process, it becomes a way, it becomes a tower, it becomes a direction. And it's about the direction. It's about the erection, which then gets into the spine and the Kundalini and the energy and the Ouroboros and the alchemical being and the alchemical vessel. And we're basically all the same thing, encapsulated in a system, cells in a giant body, which think they're separated, but they're basically all the same. And this is and then we see, hey, it's about where we go all together in what kind of direction. And that's what it is. So I was just breaking down the whole reality construct in like, I don't know, 1 minute. But this is what it is. It's about the direction where you want to go. It's about seeing that everything is the same, that we are all basically the same, but certainly we're not. But imagine that you're one tiny cell in just a body. And if you want to survive here, you better synchronize with the other cells. You better synchronize with the other cells. And if you see that the cells around you have not the right instructions, you better give them the correct instructions to survive. And if you have the correct values, like I said, see it as a cymatic being. If you don't know what cymatics are, you better look up cymatics, because I'm talking pretty much about cymatics. Cymatics are sound-shaped beings. The resonation of the ideas that you have in your mind. And if you resonate with certain things, because you're a donut, if you ingest something in your body, it doesn't mean that you basically have consumed it. You basically just store it, but it will be like you eat it and then it's gone. It's gone. So
then you can chase the next thing, you can burn off the next thing, you could eat the next thing. But the question is, with what kind of mindset do you achieve it, or with what kind of mindset do you follow it? And if you follow it with very good intentions or bad intentions, that's on you. With what kind of intentions you follow a certain thing, it's on you. These are the values that I was just talking about. Truthfulness, compassion, tolerance. That's for me. Out of Falun Gong, Falun Dafa, what is helping me, what I see as values of my life. I don't know what kind of values you chase in your life. But for me, I see it as a process. It's a way, it's a direction where I want to go. And I'm just having the steering wheel in my hand, you know. Jim writes, truth. Thank you, Jan. I check out going to work. Yeah, have fun working, yo. I think I'm working 60 hours a week at the moment. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying it. I was like saving that up in my brain that you're working 60 hours. This one was probably saying it. See you, bro, and enjoy. Yeah, Jim, man, brother, if you're still here, thank you for being around, and all the best for you for your 60 hours week. I know this illusion game set can sometimes be a pain in the ass, and I respect everybody who's working their ass off for everyone, basically. Because I know for a fact, if somebody's slaving, and I'm not saying slaving in a bad way, I'm saying slaving in a joyful, or in a, like, it sounds very strange, right? But slaving for themselves and for everybody else. And because basically you're putting energy into the system. And this is what we're all doing, but this is, like I said, the quest of perspective again. We're putting energy into the system and we get something out as reward. Now we might call it money, but basically we get, it's an exchange. It's an X marks the spot, change the direction. I give you something, boom. And then I give it, and at the moment where I'm hitting you, I'll be like, ha, you know what, I got you. But at the same time, I was giving you basically my energy, which is then flowing into you. So you got my energy. So then I'm pulling it back. So you kind of get it. You put energy into somewhere, you get energy out of it. But energy is everything. Everything is energy. Because it's all you. It's all coming out of you as a mirror of yourself. So the things that you have in your life are or is your mind. See it this way. I always know, or not always know, but I see my perspective as something which is a reflection of my own mind all the time. The people around me are ideas of myself. And that doesn't mean that I'm above them, because I am also an idea which is part of their life. This is why we met. See? It's a question of perspective. This is how we construct reality, basically. I attract people who are interested in my lifestyle. This is why they keep mirroring myself as a reflection of themselves. And I attract people in my life as ideas of myself, which are reflecting back certain aspects of myself. And see, there we have already the exchange of energy, the exchange of systems, the exchange of money or whatever it is. Money holds basically no value. Well, money holds a value in this system, but basically this right here, if you're living on an island, you could have a $100 bill, whoops, and you could have this
orange. And the orange would be way more valuable than the $100 bill. Because you could eat that, it would nourish you, and like the indigenous people from the Americas said a long time ago, one day the white man will found out that he's not capable he's not capable of eating his money. But funny enough, this, because we come out of nature. Everything that we produce is basically also part of nature. This is what the shamanistic approach is. And yeah, in the end, we see it as a journey of the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. How did you like this Deltron vinyl? This was side A and B. Now we listen to C and B. And then we're probably done with this live stream. I keep watching myself. I continue with my shit over here. And it's funny, this is how basically my perspective develops. I'm just mirroring myself. And, hey, in the end, it should be about a fun journey. It should be about an enjoyable time. And this journey is sometimes hard, sometimes very joyful, sometimes there's all aspects of life. So, who's still in here? Enjoy. Jimmy Wakes. Jimmy Wake. Jimmy Wake. And this is also funny. People fuses the music with no illusions produced in the Blueprint Crewless Automator, the final laws of nature. Ooh. People told me, yeah, it's dangerous, if you show your room, you show your area, you show what you have, I don't know, people could, yesterday I was watching something on Netflix, it'd be like, they could use your words that you speak, your face structure, and then they could make another video out of it and make you say certain different things, whatever, let them do it. Let them do it. But I know for a fact that this will not happen. This will not happen. Because, first of all, my magic is way too truthful, compassionate, and tolerant. It's way too valuable. There's no reason why the system would harm me or everybody else, basically. Because if you harm me, you harm everybody else in this way. And then we see that it's only basically a fear-based program which is running the majority of minds. And this is what is basically spiritual warfare, World War number 3. We are in it right here, right now, but this is a question of perspective. And I don't buy into this idea. I'm watching it, because there was also a time where I was like, I don't watch TV, I don't watch Netflix, and I don't watch the news. And I don't even watch so much news. I don't read the newspaper. But I certainly participate in this realm. So certain news come into me. But I'm like, okay, if they get to me, I'm like, I simply don't care, because I don't know why you should care about it. But I'm sometimes enjoying Netflix with my girl. We just watch it. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, But I still see behind the layer of it. And what is real, Then people are like, yeah, this whole thing is not real. Yeah, what is real? What is real? If you have been to a very true degree of source, what is really occurring? I can't tell you what is really occurring. Because you're a donut. You're basically empty.
And if you've emptied yourself to this degree, you have no fear anymore. You have no fear anymore, because this thing becomes more of a game, which is supporting the players who are truthful. And I'm a truthful player. I'm playing truth, you know. And I'm patient, I'm humble, you know, and this is how you get, what you see is what you get. I get the things that I want to see. I get it. And if I don't get it, I grab them, but I grab them in a very careful and humble and compassionate and tolerant way. Because I deserve them. I deserve it. Because I'm doing so much good for the system that I literally deserve all the beautiful things which are coming into my life. That's it. And in these humble words, I like to thank all of you from the deepest, truest bottoms of my heart. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for this joyful time of myself. And we see ourselves in the moment. Not in the future, not in the past, but maybe in the year 3030. So stay true to yourself, truthfulness, compassion, tolerance, and do what is empowering to you.